You know, a lot of us men, we deal with a lot of the same things. Lack of emotional control, trying to get women, feeling stuck in life. You know, a lot of our situations are not really that unique. We all experience the same things. But what if I could give you a blueprint that can help you manage life's challenges a bit better? Because in this video, I want to share with you 5 grown man habits that will solve 93% of your problems. So the first grown man habit that will solve 93% of your problems is to start noticing the stories you tell yourself. Say somebody says something to you at work that just completely makes you feel disrespected. Now you're all in your head and you should have said something back to them, and you're having this internal dialogue with yourself, right? On how you should have checked this person. What you want to start working on is getting curious with the story you tell yourself surrounding what that person did or what they said to you. You want to start questioning those stories and start asking yourself, why am I even really mad about this? When have I felt like this before? Why am I so pissed off about this? Once you can start to peel back those layers, in a way, it will start to free you of the impact of what that person said to you. Okay, now this is going to take practice. This is not going to happen overnight. And if this sounds super confusing, just leave me some comments below and I can go deeper in this. All right. But it's very important to understand your internal dialogue, to understand how you navigate your thinking, because a lot of us have negative ways of thinking. If somebody does something to us, we naturally feel like we need to react to it, as opposed to taking the time to kind of assess what's even going on. Maybe that person's having a bad day. They're in that place of shittiness or in a bad mood. And not to say that that is an excuse for somebody to treat you a certain way, but the more you can understand the situation before you respond to it, the better you'll set yourself up. Now, this leads me to the second grown man habit that will solve 93% of your problems, is to slow down and also learn how to pause before you start reacting to things, or I should better say, before you start responding to things. This ability to be able to like slow down is a game changer. This is something that I was not good at, and it's something that I still have to be very mindful of. So again, say somebody says something to you at your job, right? Before you react, before you go off on them, don't say anything. You got to create some space between what that person just said to you or what they did to you and how you respond to it. That space is going to allow you to kind of assess what's going on. Do I need to respond to this? Does this need my time and energy? You want to get better at picking and choosing your battles, because a lot of us react so impulsively. We react so quickly to things that we get ourselves in trouble, because when we feel disrespected, it triggers us. And when you are in that triggered state, you're not yourself, man. It's like a Snickers commercial. You are not yourself when you're triggered. All right. So it's key to be able to create some space for yourself so that you can get back to more of like a calm, grounded, more logical way of thinking. And you're not in that fight or flight trying to protect yourself. Now, the third grown man habit that you want to start incorporating in your life is to move your body more. So this is really helpful when you deal with stress, because our body tends to hold stress. It tends to hold those emotions. They're not flowing through us, you know, so they get stuck. And you'll ever notice, like if somebody says something to you, you get locked on it. You're like hyper focused on what somebody said to you. You're hyper focused on that moment of disrespect. It may be cycling in your brain. You're going over the different scenarios that you should have said to the person. What you want to start doing, and this is not easy to do either. None of these are easy, but they're very helpful. You want to get used to moving your body. If it's nice outside, go for a walk. Something that I like to do is I like to go shoot basketball. I keep my ball in the car. If it's a nice day out, I just go shoot around. You want to just develop some type of physical routine no matter what. Push-ups are a great one. So you want to get used to being a bit more active in your life. And I'm not saying that you got to go run a marathon. I'm not saying that you have to be a bodybuilder, but you want to start doing some type of movement. The fourth grown man habit that will improve 93% of your problems is to start writing things down. You got to unload your brain. For me, I keep little notepads around. Like, for example, this one right here. It's thin. I write my notes on it. I'll buy about 5 of these from CVS. They're super cheap. Keep one in the car, keep one by the nightstand. If I have a to-do list to do, or if I'm writing video ideas, whatever you need to get out your mind, put it on paper. And also it allows you to stay like in alignment with things that you need to get done. It's a way of being more efficient and getting through tasks that you have to do, man. If you don't do anything else, man, start writing shit down, bro. The fifth grown man habit is to make silence your friend. When you're in silence, when you're in stillness, it calms your mind down. And when you're able to calm your mind, you're not so distracted by everything that's going on in life. You're not so pulled in 100 different directions. It's important to really take the time to be in silence. Some people pray, some people meditate. And the more you start practicing this, you'll start to notice that you have a calm mind when you interact with people in the real world. For me, I learned that when I started meditating, when I started practicing calming my mind, I'd be in a conversation with somebody and I would be so fully present with them. I would be in the conversation. I remember your name. I remember what you're telling me, so that even when I meet up with you in 3 weeks from now, I can recite it back to you. That's what stillness and quiet will do. Part two of that, getting used to silence, is when you're talking to people. Start getting used to not saying so much. Give people the gift of your silence. If somebody's telling you a story or something, you don't have to always like interject and say, oh yeah, I remember this. And you kind of hijack the conversation when you do that. You want to start learning how to be silent, how to actively listen to people. And I'm telling you, you'll realize how this will level up your relationships with people, how this will level up your connections with people. Fellas, if this video is providing you with any value, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And for this last grown man habit on this list, you got to become more sexually disciplined. This is a big one. And this is one that, I'm 40 years old now. In my younger years, used to be out there like most of y'all. Used to be out there just trying to get laid, trying to have a good time. I used to drink as well. So that put me in a lot of interesting circles and interesting situations that when I look back on it now, if I had, more self-awareness, I wouldn't even be in those situations. So it's very important to kind of have some value in who you are sexually, not sleeping with everybody, being discerning, not just going for the first person that's willing to give you something. I know it's tough. It's one of the hardest things you're going to do in your life. But when you can have this sexual discipline, it's going to attract more of a high quality person too. Women respect a man that has this type of discipline. And look, I'm not going to be too hard on you because I know that this ain't the easiest thing to do. This is hard for people even my age too. But it's very important to be able to pick and choose, man. Be selective where you place your energy. Not everybody deserves to have access to your energy. And by energy, I mean your sex. All right. Not everybody deserves to have access to it. All right. So you want to improve your value as a man so that you're not so giving of yourself to everybody, if that makes sense. All right. And fellas, that's really all I got for you in this one, man. If I missed some things on this list, if there's something you want to add to it, be sure to leave me some comments below. Check out the playlist that I have on traits of a masculine man. I'll be sure to leave that floating around. And I will see y'all in the next video. All right. Peace.